Welcome back, everyone. It's EvanHusa57 here. We're back on Destiny with the new DLC, The Dark Below, and I have just completed the raid, which is Crota's End. So I got this weapon here, the Light of the Abyss, and this will be a review and a educational video for the Light of the Abyss, which is a brand new fusion rifle from the new raid. You get this weapon potentially by killing Crota, which can be very hard to do and very time consuming. Now this is an excellent fusion rifle, so that's why I'm actually doing this video, because I like this fusion rifle so much. First off, it looks cool as hell. It's got like scales, like pieces of hive armor on it, and little green glowing eyes and stuff on the weapon. It just looks badass. And as far as stats to start off with, it has a faster charge rate even compared to the Murmur. So I believe that this weapon is better than the Murmur, at least if you are using it in the arc damage. You get 3 different sights to choose from. I always use the first sight because this weapon is really not meant to aim down the sights with. Then you have crowd control, so kills with this weapon grant bonus damage for a short time. Then I take the skip rounds, which allow your rounds to ricochet off the ground and surfaces, and then also for you to carry more total ammunition. I don't use the enhanced battery because that only increases the magazine size from 7 to 8. Then you also get hip fire, so you get bonus accuracy while firing from the hip, making this weapon even more accurate hip fire than actual aiming down the sights. Upgrade for damage, and then being that it's a raid weapon, you have Hive Disruptor, increased damage to Hive Majors, which is just absolutely awesome. And then your last 3 damage upgrade tiers. Now, the bad part about this weapon is it does take Radiant Energy. Since it is a raid weapon, the only way to get Radiant Energy is from the raid. And if you're level 3 with Crota's Bane, then you can trade Radiant Shards for Radiant Energy. But, so like I was saying, I don't like the sights. As you can see, it recoils a lot when you're aiming down your sights. But when you use it as a hipfire weapon, it is just incredibly accurate. With those skip rounds, like I'm shooting the ground and those rounds all ricochet off, which is pretty awesome for a fusion rifle. The only drawback that I can say to this weapon is with as high a fast fire rate as it has, or charge rate, it's very hard to pre-charge the weapon and then come around a corner with it. There's only a very short delay between pre-charging it and actually firing it. As you can see, granted I'm over these guys' levels, but it is doing an insane amount of damage, almost up to 300 damage per projectile to those majors. And being a fusion rifle, it fires 7 projectiles per pull of the trigger. So this weapon is really awesome. You can move fast with it. It has an incredibly fast charge rate for a fusion rifle. It has an incredibly fast reload speed for a fusion rifle, and very, very good hipfire accuracy. Now, where those skip rounds come into play is like in the raid, where you're taking out an enemy that doesn't take all 7 rounds of that burst that's fired from the fusion rifle. Any of those rounds that happen to miss, you can actually sometimes kill an enemy with those rounds, being that they ricochet off the ground and ricochet off walls. That can also be very useful in the Crucible and PvP, because those players that like to all stack up on a flag or on an objective, even the rounds that don't hit the player still have a chance of ricocheting off and maybe hitting somebody else. So I really love this weapon. It's an absolutely fantastic weapon. I am going to probably keep this weapon for basically ever. Since it's a legendary, I don't have to worry about it interfering with being able to use any other exotics. The only other thing that I can say that makes the Murmur better than this weapon is the fact that the Murmur, you can change between solar and arc damage. This weapon can only be used with arc damage, and sadly you have to actually use radiant energy or trade radiant shards for radiant energy in order to get the actual upgrade for this weapon. So that can be a little bit difficult, but other than that, this gun is just really awesome. I love this weapon system. Hopefully anyone who's trying to do the raid will, if you like fusion rifles, you know, you'll get this weapon because it is just a fantastic gun. And anyone that's watching the video, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you can get your hands on this weapon, go ahead and do so. If you like this video, take a second, give it a like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.